Hello everyone and welcome to Yugimenz. Today we're going to profile our Gren Maju Golden Castle Danger Deck profile. I've got a few replays up on YouTube at the minute just from this deck. This deck does need adjusted a bit. So we'll start off, you can go on, I'll link the replays in the description and you can go and watch how this deck performs on yugioh Pro. So of course we'll start off with the heart and soul of the deck, Gren Maju. You banish 10, you summon Gren. One of my all-time favourite cards. Of course we'll move on to the rest of the Banish boys. We have 3 Eater of Millions. And 3 Gizmak Orochi, the Serpentron Sky Slasher. This is nice if they make you go first and you can summon it on their turn. And then you get a pop because both effects are once per turn. Of course, if you can resolve this card, you're most likely going to win the game because it stops most of the meta decks like Dinosaurs, Link Dragon. Most combo decks will just stop without being able to use their graveyard to extend. It's just the only downside is you can't have anything in your graveyard, but of course banishing your cards that you send is pretty good. Now show you the danger lineup. We've got 1 danger Jackalope, 1 danger Nessie, 3 Bigfoot, and of course 3 danger Thunderbird. The level 8 dangers are sort of what you want to get on the field because we play the rank 8 toolbox. So they're pretty nice. A new card I've been testing is Alpha, the Master Beast. It's pretty good if you kaiju them. You can summon Alpha, bounce itself and the kaiju back to your hand, and then summon Alpha again, and it gives you basically another use for a kaiju. I thought I was playing 3 Gamma Seal, but I've actually only got 2 in the deck. I really need more kaijus in this deck because it is a going second deck, and there's just some monsters that you just can't really. A kaiju is the only answer to out. And then the Golden Castle lineup, we have 2 Hextrude. It's a pretty good card. Its destruction effect and its buff effect are pretty good. And of course 2 Glyph the Phantom Bird to search the Golden Castle. I really like the Golden Castle. I've seen builds without it, but I find that it's sort of my favourite, especially people who aren't experienced with playing the deck. You'll have the Golden Castle and they'll attack you. The Golden Castle will destroy their monster and inflict damage, and then will attack again because it says once per turn in the card, but the destruction effect is not once per turn. Of course, for Gaggy, because clearing the board, summoning Gren, and attacking per game is pretty good. Monster Reborn lets you summon back. More so, you'd probably summon an opponent's monster, if anything. Terraforming to search for the Golden Castle. Pillar of Darkness, I'll probably cut this card. It's you sort of want your dangers to resolve, you don't really want to banish them. Of course, 3 Super Poly. I really need to get more going second cards in this deck. I mean, Super Poly is a blowout card, so is Dimension Shifter if you're going second, or a Kaiju, but if you don't see any of these cards, you're going to struggle. Of course, the Gren food itself, we've got 3 Pot of Desires. You don't even really mind if they ice this. You've got Gren in your hand, you've got an 8k monster if you can clear their field. 3 trade in for extra draw and to trigger the dangers, of course. Which is pretty nice when you get the plus so hard with a danger. And last but not least, 3 Golden Castle of Stormberg. So it's a beautiful card, it's so nice. It's such a nice card. These matte sleeves do not give it justice, it really does sparkle. We'll move on to the extra deck. Of course, I'm still fiddling with this deck to try and get the results I need. I need more destruction cards. I'm thinking of either playing Dark Hole or Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Probably Kaiju Slumber because I'm planning on playing more. I want more kaijus in the deck, so it just makes sense. So of course we're playing 1 of the Blackluster Soldier of Chaos. Pretty nice to summon. Also pretty nice that it's got a Ghost Rare printing. We're hoping that we can put this Ghoster on the channel when we get our case of Ghost of the Past. One topological 0 balls, and I've never found myself going into it. I usually banish it with Eater of Millions. One relinquished anima. I really like the summoning out Eater of Millions, going into this, and then if they're foolish enough to leave either a monster that points down in the extra monster zone, just stealing it. Of course it never resolves, but I love it when it does. I'll move on to the Drag Bullion, I can't even pronounce the card engine, which is pretty nice. It's sort of a nice way. I'll try and put these in order. I've been playing with the deck, so the cards are sort of all over the show. So of course the package consists of number 97, number 100. It's sort of good. You can summon this out and it gains 1,000 for each rank, so that's enough for game. That's 8k. Number 92, Heart of Dragon. I don't really use this. Its effect is pretty nice, but I just have it more so because it's an ultimate. And then of course Titanic Galaxy, just for if I know I'm going up against an opponent that's going to be using a lot of spell cards. This to steal a monster. I'm probably going to swap it for a Zeus, because you can make a Zeus, but I need to get the all them spider monsters. Got this in, which I never make, but I would if I'm using the Steal a Monster boy. Spriggan's Explorer. I've been testing with this because it destroys a lot of monsters on the field, which is pretty nice. It looks pretty cool as well. And it's booty's okay. Sky Prison, which is this deck's version of Abyss Dweller. Basically, it's a pretty strong card and can get pretty pumped up. One Dane Gear Suit for removal. Just summon it and send a card. If you can bait out the Dragoon and summon this, you can sort of just send it to the graveyard, because it's immune to destruction effects. And of course the Super Poly package, which I'm probably going to have to look at. This is sometimes good against dinosaurs if they summon the Gamma Link monster, whatever it's called, and Ultimate Conductor Toronto. You can make this, and then these two. I mean, they're basically the same thing. You're going to be summoning this for Dragoons, but this also is a fusion monster and a dark monster. It's also pretty nice with for example, Super Poly. So you could have, for example, you could have these two bad boys on the field. You could attack your opponent with both, and then you can Super Poly them off in the Starving Venom, and then hopefully get the last attack in for game. I mean, it's what's also nice about this deck is it isn't lived by Gren. You can just summon out all these rank 8 monsters and control the board that way, which is pretty nice. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm also thinking about cutting the smaller danger monsters. I mean, I don't really need a 7 and the 3s. It's summons from deck, which is good, and this adds to hand for, I mean, if you discard this, you can add a Bigfoot, and then Bigfoot's the only card in your hand, you're guaranteed a pop. Same with this, you're guaranteed a set pop. So, I hope everyone enjoyed the deck profile. Of course, I'll be back to the lab to try and improve this deck. I'm going to test it with Kaiju Slumber and see where I go from there. I've seen quite, as is, it's a pretty strong budget deck. I mean, if anyone's interested in Gren, you could probably pick up most of these cards, bar the extra deck, for cheap enough. They've all been reprinted. Secret Dangers are quite expensive, but the Ultra ones are affordable enough. And of course, if you want to see this deck in action, I've linked in the description the replays that we did, which I enjoyed. It's so fun just summoning a big monster and they can't out it, and you kill them. So anyways, thank you for watching. More deck profiles to come. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that carry on, and have a good day.